guys, today we're going to talk about page 170. I'll slide that up so you can see the page number. 170 in our Go Math textbook. I'm going to go over each one of the word problems that is on that page for our lesson for this week, the week of April 13th, 2020. And so the very first one is number 20. And for questions 20, 21, and 22, we are supposed to use this table of information right here, right where my pencil is. Okay, so Rob's sports card collection is what our table is showing us, and it shows us each sport in the left column and the number of cards that he has for each one of those sports in the right-hand column. Okay, so our first question says, Rob wants to put 8 baseball cards on each page in an album. How many pages will he fill? Okay, so the first thing that we need to recognize is that we're talking about baseball cards. So we need to look over here at our table and notice, pay attention to look across here to see how many baseball cards he has. Well, he has 248 baseball cards, and he's going to put 8 baseball cards on each page. And so what our division problem, or our equation or expression is going to look like is 248 divided by 8. And that is our first step. We have to discover what our question is how many pages he's going to fill. We know he's going to put 8 cards on each page, and he has 248 cards. And so down here on Show Your Work, this is where we will work out our division problem. Okay, so if we do this using partial quotients, we will write out our problem just like this. This is 248 divided by 8. And I'm going to draw my line down this way. And the very first thing that I'm going to notice is if I cover up this 8 in the ones place, I see 24. And I'm going to think to myself, do I know any factors of 8 that get me close to 24? So if I think about that for a minute, I recognize that 8 times 3 is 24. And so 8 times 30 is 240. So over here, I know that 30 times 8 is 240, just like I wrote here. So I can subtract 240 from my dividend, which leaves me with 8. That's an easy subtraction problem, and that makes this these easy factors or quotients to work with. And so I still have 8 left, and so as long as I have numbers left down here that are greater than or equal to my divisor, I have to keep going. So what factor do I know of 8 that gives me the product 8? And of course that's 1. So 1 times 8 is 8. And I can subtract 8 from here, and now I'm at 0. And so my last step is to add both of my partial quotients together, which is 31. And then I put my answer at the top. And so remember that we line up our 1s in the 1s column and our 10s in the 10s column. And so this means that he will have 31. And so my answer is 31 pages. Okay? Now, number 21. Rob filled 9 plastic boxes with basketball cards, with the same number of cards in each box. How many cards did he put in each box? Okay, we know he had 9 plastic boxes, And we need to, and basketball cards is very important. We need to look and see how many basketball cards he had. 189 is how many basketball cards he had. And so he divided those up into 9 different plastic boxes. And so our problem, our equation looks like this. 189 divided by 9. And so then over here where it says show my work, I'm going to begin to show my work. I'm going to slide this up just a tad so that I have a little more space to write where you can see. I can just draw a box around this to separate my work. Okay, so I have 189 divided by 9. Okay? And the very first thing that I notice is, oh, I know that 9 times 2 is 100, that 9 times 2 is 18. That's an easy fact that I should know. And so I know that 9 times 20 equals 180. And so what I'm going to do here is put my partial quotient here, 20 times 9. And my answer to that is 180. And so now I can subtract 180 from 189, which leaves me with a really easy number, which is 9. And just like in our division problem here, we're left with the same number. Okay, so 9 times 1 is going to give me 9. So 1 times 9 is 9, which means I can subtract that and get to 0. And then I'm going to add my 2 quotients, my 2 partial quotients, and get 21. Okay, there's my answer. I'm going to write it right here. And remember to line up my 1s and my 10s. And that is my answer. If Rob divided those 189 basketball cards into 9 different plastic boxes, then he would have 21 in each box. And so our answer, our complete answer, is 21 cards. Because the question is, how many cards did he put in each box? And the answer to that is 21. Okay?